Hello everyone, got a brilliant video for you today. I know a lot of people have been asking me about my setup. Being an institutional trader, a professional level trader, what kind of setup do we use? Is it different from a retail trading setup? Probably why a lot of people have been asking me these things. Great question. So what I've done today, I'm not gonna go into a lot of depth. I'm gonna keep it short, just a nice little introduction into kind of the things that I use. And then in a future video, we can go into a lot of depth. So just gonna spend a few minutes, kind of just quick overview of kind of my setup, my hardware, what it is I'm using, and then obviously if you've got any questions, let me know, and in the future we'll get a little bit more into depth. So look, first thing, right, if you're gonna be an institutional trader, beat the retail nonsense sign. It needs to be there as part of the kit, so to speak, right? Even if you use one screen, a laptop, have the beat the retail nonsense sign, so it's always reminding you, you know, to forget about the old habits that you used to have. I've got my piece of paper here because basically I'm not well versed in technology, I'll be honest with you. So the screens I've got here are Dell's 2717Ds, okay? So I've got 4 of them. And actually it should be some comfort to you that I'm clueless when it comes to a lot of this technology. Obviously I have a very high level of trading knowledge, but when it comes to technology, I don't think it's that important. So that's why I said it should be of comfort to you, because if you're obviously, you know, not as well versed as well, just like me in technology, and you're thinking, oh my God, I need to know all this stuff to make it in trading, complete rubbish, okay? You don't need to. You can have very little knowledge because as far as I'm aware, I'm not a gamer, right? I don't play games on my PC. I only use it for trading, and for pure trading, you don't need a lot of processing power. You don't need anything too expensive. Even if you have a non-brand cheap monitor, it really doesn't matter. And I'm gonna show you why. Because actually the reality is you can have most of your stuff on just one screen. So you can even see that this is what the reality is. This is what I'm doing a lot of the time. As you can see, they're already preset because that's how I have it. Just on one screen there. I've pretty much got everything right. So you've got your market profile, your footprint, your plane chart, everything on one screen. So have a laptop, it's fine. This is all just an added bonus if you want to watch other markets. I don't actually think it's actually a good idea for you to do that. Obviously I've been doing this for years, so it kind of makes sense that I'll want to watch a few other things. But the reality is, right, and I'm a very honest guy, as you know, I don't like to BS anyone. The reality is, most of the time, it's the internet or a movie or something else on one of the top screens, and my bottom screens will generally have the chart. So I might have a similar setup to this. So for example, I might be watching the pound or crude oil or something on one side and the S&P on another, but that's it. Maximum I'll be using 2 screens. The top screen for the internet, and then the final screen, I might have some other business stuff that I'm looking at, Microsoft Excel or whatever it is. So again, you don't need all that, just one screen. But hopefully that gives you a good insight. And then finally, the actual quad stand that I'm using is a StarTech desktop quad stand. Again, had to read it off here because I really don't care, okay? People obsess about these things. Complete waste of your time, all right? Just worry about trading, get any stand. It doesn't matter, as long as the thing doesn't fall over, who cares, right? I just picked this one. I tried a couple, I must admit, just to kind of make sure that, you know, they balanced properly on my desk, but I was happy with this one. I stuck with it. Don't waste your time on that stuff. It's not going to help you become a better trader. So finally, in terms of my desktop, I use an HP Omen 870010. Means nothing to me. Might mean something to you. I really don't know what that means, but basically I just randomly found it. I bought it off Amazon. When I bought my monitors, it took me 5 minutes. I just thought, all right, that looks good enough. Could hook up 4 monitors to it. It's got an i5 Intel. Again, I think that's the processor thing, right? 8 GB of RAM, 128 GB SSD and 2 terabyte GB memory. So again, you can tell how kind of, I wouldn't say computer illiterate, but how unimportant it is to me, all of this stuff. I kind of know what an SSD drive is, obviously it's where the memory is and it starts up quicker or something. And the main drive, obviously you can store stuff on, but that's all I have. 128 on the SSD and 2 GB on the hard drive. And it's lasted me 5 years, no problem. So yeah, that's the desktop I use. And then as you'll see under the desk, my main thing is I did spend a lot of time wiring everything to my desk. So I did actually drill a lot of that stuff in myself, where I just bought some sort of wire holders and things you can find off Amazon, which just tie these things up. So you'll see I don't have any wire showing. But look, there you go. Hopefully that was useful. That's my desktop setup. It's 5 years old, right? Don't worry about having the latest tech. It's not going to make you a better trader. If anyone tells you it is, and you need all of this stuff, they're talking junk, okay? So beat the retail nonsense. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'll maybe do something a little bit more depth in the future, but hopefully that was useful for you. Have a great week.